Now, this is how it's done. Democratic Congresswoman AOC was blasting Donald Trump from the steps of Capitol Hill. The MeidasTouch Network's Washington, D.C. bureau was right there, getting the scoops from AOC directly. Let me show you what went down as first. AOC blasting Donald Trump and J.D. Vance for getting the United States involved in this catastrophic and unlawful war. Let's play it.
Well, I think we all know that everyone is opposed, people of rational sense in this country are opposed to this senseless Iran war. We are seeing billions of dollars go to flattening other countries, and people can't even fill a prescription here at home. This administration, Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, all of them are responsible for some of the most destruction and the worst prioritization of American people's needs, and it's time that we turn that ship around.
Then one of these right-wing reporters was just kind of bugging AOC and saying, do you think that this is all a slippery slope with some of these Democratic candidates who are Democratic socialists, and it's a slippery slope to communism? And AOC just like laughs in the reporter's face and says, look, I think that these MAGA Republicans and Trump, they just want to create the boogeyman of communism and this and that because they don't want the American people to realize that in mostly every other country, healthcare is a human right, and that these right-wing oligarchs in America are picking their pockets. And AOC says, I'm going to focus on fighting for the American people. Thank you. Here, play this clip.
They can do what they want. I'm not here to be the belief police around here.
But isn't there concern that, this slippery slope towards socialism inevitably ends up as full-blown communism? I mean, no.
I'm not concerned about America turning into a communist country in like a year. That is like, I think that is, I think it's very silly. You just think about how impossible it has been to raise the minimum wage in America in 10, 15, 20 years. We can't even raise the minimum wage. Do Republicans really think that this stuff is going to happen? No, they don't. They're trying to scare people because they don't want us talking about the fact that we all have a right to healthcare in this country. So they want to call it communist, and they want to call everything they don't like communist, because if people actually wake up to the fact that their elected officials are screwing them over when they get here, then they're going to realize that they deserve better, and that healthcare as a right isn't crazy. It isn't pie in the sky. They want to call this stuff communist because they don't want us to realize that the rest of the developed world has guaranteed healthcare in this country. So they want to call it communist because they don't want you to know that Germany, Italy, the UK, Canada, everybody else has it better than us, and we spend the most amount of money for the worst care in the modern developed world.
But Democrats candidly say the moment they regain power, they will pass this.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep y'all safe here.
I appreciate that.
Oh, sorry. What's your name? Brandon. So nice to meet you.
And the reporter continued to kind of bug AOC and said, one of your colleagues says that the DSA is a communist organization. And AOC's like, I don't care. I don't care. This is not the conversation that American people are having right now across this country. The conversation that's happening is that American people are psychologically tortured right now. If they're lucky enough to get a paycheck, living paycheck to paycheck, their refrigerators are empty. They can't fill up their car with gas. They can't afford rent. Healthcare has been ripped away from them. And so I understand that this is what corporate news and what you all and Trump and MAGA want to talk about and get into these discussions, but we should be listening to the American people and fighting for what the American people are actually talking about. Here, let's play this clip.
One of your platform has also getting rid of the Supreme Court and getting rid of the presidency and restructuring the government.
They're having a party, aren't they, over there? They're having a blast. They're having a good time.
What do you think about the Supreme Court reform?
Sorry.
One of your colleagues tells me DSA is a communist organization. What do you make of that? How those words are used interchangeably on the right?
I just don't care. I think these folks call everyone they don't like a communist. I think that America is a free country. You know, they're out here palling around with whoever they want to pal around with. So what? Like, People can do what they want. I'm not here to be the belief police around here.
AOC then continues and says, let's not mince words. Trump, J.D. Vance, Hegseth, Republicans in general, they're killing Americans. This isn't some abstract exercise going on there in the Capitol building. What Trump and MAGA are doing in taking away the money from healthcare, taking away the services that people depend on, and giving it to the military-industrial complex in the form of trillions and trillions of dollars for missiles to kill little girls in Iran and to kill children and women and people throughout the Middle East. That is beyond disgusting. Here, play this clip.
Over $1 billion worth of Medicaid funds, specifically to California and Minnesota. I'm wondering what you think of that singling out, and also that maybe they have an excuse for it, but there are a bunch of people who will lose their health care for that.
This administration is killing Americans. I don't care what state you're from. You could be from Louisiana, you could be from California. This administration is killing Americans. They are killing people by taking away their health care. They are killing women by having them bleed out in parking lots. They are killing seniors by imposing cuts to Medicaid and to Medicare recipients. And they want this to be about where you're from or who you are. But the fact of the matter is, they are for United Healthcare. They are for, all of these, big pharma. They are for these corporations, and they are cutting your healthcare, and they're trying to divide us all by geography, region, state, identity. But that's not what it is. They're here to kill people. This is what these policies do. They kill people. You can't get your chemotherapy. You can't get your long-term care. You're bleeding out in a parking lot because your doctor is not allowed to provide you a life-saving abortion when you're having a pregnancy complication, and they don't care. They don't care. And it is one of the most horrifying realities that we're just living with day to day. You go to a pharmacy and your prescription is too expensive to fill. And kids are being told to ration their asthma inhalers, and this administration wants to pretend that this is about being a Californian or being whatever it is. This isn't. This is about being a working class person in America. This administration has imposed and created a class warfare in this country where if you're poor, you don't deserve to live. That's what this is about. And increasingly, not even if you're poor, if you're working class or middle class. It's just horrible. And we have to be able to reverse this $1 trillion in healthcare cuts that this administration and this Republican Party has imposed and get people the most basic human right and element of dignity, which is the ability to see a doctor without going bankrupt.
Congresswoman, what's your response to the...
She's asked about Mitch McConnell, and she goes, he should either give an update with words, with a video, let people know what's happening, or resign. It's ridiculous. Play this clip.
Or just do another update. If he can't give us an update, he should resign. Absolutely.
In addition to the one he sent out about a week and a half ago.
I think it's been very clear to people across Kentucky that his update was not sufficient. And, I don't know if he has a conversation with a journalist. I don't know if he has a conversation with the governor. I don't know what his staff are doing. But we have a responsibility to the American people. We're seeing increasingly these votes are being decided by a 1 or 2 vote margin. And if you're not capable of, not only not capable of doing the job presently, but we need to know if you're capable of doing the job for the foreseeable future. And that I think is tremendously important.
And then while our reporters were talking with AOC, Lauren Boebert passed by, and here's what went down. Let's play it.
Here's what I got a real important question from you from the fellows at MeidasTouch. They want to know where you're at on the moon landing, which the anniversary of it was yesterday.
I don't know. I think it was done in an Amazon warehouse. Oh, they didn't have those then. A different warehouse.
So you're not convinced that we landed on the moon? No?
I'm not convinced of half the things government tells us. Have a great day.
Thank you, Congresswoman.
Julian Andreoni, great reporter. He often is with Pablo Manriquez of the MeidasTouch Network. They work closely. Julian's with DropSite. Take a listen to this question right here in AOC's answer. Let's play it.
are on this general crackdown on dissent?
Well, I mean, I think this administration does not want the public to be exposed to the realities of the decisions that they're making, and they want to crack down on First Amendment free speech rights. We've seen this across a lot of different topics and categories, not only from, for example, pro-Palestinian, activism, but even the labeling of opposition to data centers is starting to get flagged as activity that merits intelligence monitoring by this administration. And you just have to put one and one together here. One of the largest donors to Donald Trump is ChatGPT and AI facility and people who own AI companies. And now they're starting to kind of crack down on everyday Americans who are concerned about data centers being built in their backyard as almost terrorist activity or something like that. And I think it's very, very concerning to every American.
AOC then talks about guaranteeing health care to every American and raising the minimum wage. Let's play it.
Trump, Republicans continue, they will use the word communism over and over again. They'll say that don't call it democratic socialism. How do you see it? Do you think that the use of the word communism over and over again has been effective in terms of going up against the DSA?
I mean, I think that, so the administration has rather openly admitted that they are seeking to usher in a new McCarthyism for this era. Their only way in a time of deep unpopularity is to try to stoke fear and new conspiracies. And so they're trying to inject conversations about communism in order to scare people. But at the end of the day, the thing that's most important are the policies that we believe in. I believe in guaranteeing health care to every American. I believe in raising the minimum wage. I believe in strong unions. And so, if a Republican wants to call a stronger union communist, they're more than welcome to do that. I'm not going to be deterred.
And then AOC answered a question about leading in the polls right now in New Hampshire and a lot of other states, that she's the favorite right now candidate in the Democratic primaries in a lot of states. Listen to her response. Let's play it.
Congressman, I hate to ask you, but I got you. There's a big poll today showing that you are the favorite amongst Democrats in 2028. I know it's a long way off. And I know you've said before, polls are, a long way off or not.
Well, I feel very deeply flattered and humbled. And, I don't want to kind of discount this, how supportive people have been. And it genuinely is very meaningful. And we also want to make sure that we're making decisions that put the country first. And so I'm just, thankful for the support.
Okay, thank you.
There you have it. Let me know what you think. Hat tip to the great work of the MeidasTouch reporters on Capitol Hill, working every day to bring you all of this news. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. Oh, and check out WTF America, the new book I wrote with my brothers. You pre-order it now. It comes out in October, but it's definitely helpful if you do a pre-order now. Thanks, everybody.
Before you go, our book, WTF America, is available for pre-order now. It's the story of how we got here and how we fight our way back. To pre-order, scan the QR code or click the link in the description. Let's do this.